The whole skeleton started with Merl. So we like to play practical jokes, and especially around people's birthdays, so we do crazy things. And so one of the team members ordered a skeleton, and it was the death of someone's youth, where they went from 29 to 30. And which the fact that they think that that's the death of youth cracks me up at my age. But anyway, so Merl was born, and so we put an outfit on him so it looks like he works in the shop, and then we would place him in different positions, and people would go to a trade show, or they would go on vacation, and when they would come back, Merl would be somewhere in the office or somewhere in their office, and we just kind of created this funny thing. So then Merl grew because he got lonely, and so then Evelyn came on board, and Evelyn, whoo, she's something. She's flirtatious. She won't wear pants, but she does love the see where you can go t-shirt, see where you can go with Merlot. And then we've got Frank the foreman up here. He's a drunk. He's on this pipe. We've been trying to get him down for days. He'll eventually maybe dry out and come down. And then we've got up here, we've got Rufus. And Rufus, always laughing, always having a good time. Who else do we have in our booth? Got Frank. Oh, we've got those crazy yahoos up in that whole extended man basket up there. One of them is so scared to jump out of their clothes. It's crazy. We just have a good time. But we're using this just as a funny thing. We do it really in our own office, and it was kind of, I was like, well, we can do it. It's October. We can do it for Halloween. But I don't know, it's just fun and something silly that we like to do.
I think this is fantastic. It shows, it tells people a little bit of story about who you guys are, more than just the product itself, like who's behind the product. And I absolutely love something like this.
Yeah, it's just silly and funny. And so we talk about him like he's a person. One of the guys drove here, and so he said, let me tell you, Merl is quite the silent listener. And he goes, I got a lot of stuff worked out on my ride up here. So very, very good listener, that Merl. Anyway, so it's just fun.
So will you only have them here then, or are you going to have them at like Con Expo and other places too as well?
I don't know if we'll have them at Con Expo, but they will definitely be showing up at trade shows. They occasionally show up on social media because they're doing crazy things. We had Merl, who in different, like he would be in our lobby, just in different waiting for the dealer meeting that we had. So we just kept posting about the dealer meeting, and Merl's real excited about it. And then of course he was sitting there as the dealers came in and welcoming them.
Did he give a presentation too?
He didn't give a presentation, but he did get a little bit involved in the demonstrations. Right, he was in one of the machines, and then I quizzed the dealers later, like who saw Merl? Which machine was he in? What was he doing? Anyway, so Merl right now is up in our e-worker, and he's, just smiles and happy. He's really a good team player. He's a good team player.
I think this is a fantastic marketing campaign. It's also just a fun thing to do around the office. It just shows a lot. I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic.
Well,
because too many people take this stuff too seriously, and don't get me wrong, it is very serious business. 100%. But you got to have a good time too as well, and this just shows that off, and I love it.
For us in Merlot, for Merlo America, it allows us to connect with each other as team members, right? Because we are serious. We are in a very important business that's supporting infrastructure and building bridges and building data centers around the U.S. And then, of course, supporting our dealer network. And that is all very important work. But what's more important is that we're all humans, too. And so we need to lighten the mood. So let me tell you, Merl will come up with a really good dad joke. And we've got Danny, who's our king of dad jokes that we always put on social, too. And it just helps us keep it light. And, we're not family, we're co-workers, but we spend a lot of time together. Yeah. So we're trying to build that camaraderie between each other. And we're a tight-knit group, right? And we're excited about what's going on. And we're excited about Con Expo. You want me to tell you about Con Expo?
I would love to know more about Con Expo.
Okay, so for Con Expo, we are very, very excited. So first, I've got my little this is my laptop case, right? My laptop cover. We are sponsoring James Rowe, and James Rowe is an IndyCar driver. I met him at an AEM convention, which was about product compliance safety, and it was I don't remember the month, but that's where I was introduced to him. He had
in April, yeah.
Yeah, it was in April. And so we just talked and chatted. I saw him leaving the hotel, shook his hand, and I was very impressed with his ability to command like the room, but also his knowledge. He really leaned in. And of course, at our company, our whole purpose, right? I've told you this before, our purpose is to build future leaders. And he's a young gun. And I thought, man, this is a really great gentleman. And so I shook his hand, we chatted, and the next thing you know, we get to be a sponsor, which we're very honored. Alongside AEM does some sponsorship, Ring Power, and also TopCon, and we're just honored to be among that with James Rowe. And so he'll be coming to ConExpo and hanging out in our booth. We've got some racing sims, and he's going to race against some attendees.
That's
cool. We also just have him to come in and talk about his experience in IndyCar, and just very excited. So he'll be there both Tuesday and Wednesday in our booth. And our tagline is "See where you can go with Merlo," and it's about taking a journey. So it's very easy to go to a trade show, pop up some machines, and everybody stands around and talks specs, and that's pretty boring. So we're trying to create a journey, an experience. So we will have stops along our road, and you can upgrade, and we have a boarding pass, and every time you do, like you go and you have an interaction in that area, you then get a gift, and you get upgraded and upgraded and upgraded. So by the end, you will have learned a lot about, inadvertently you learn a lot because you're going to be playing a game, scan the QR code, answer a few questions, but it's fun and it's fantastical. And we have an entire, very excited about our attachments. So instead of having some attachment display, we've created an interactive, so where you take a machine and it's in some fantastical land or world or planet, and you match the attachment with the whatever you're doing, right? Like just super fun and different, but once again trying to be more interactive instead of just standing around. Let me tell you about Live Tight and the weight and the engine capacity and we're trying to say, like, our machines solve multiple problems. It's not just one tool, one job. It's one tool, many jobs. And that we can really be a multi-tool in the industry. But if I come to you and say that, it sounds like a pitch versus me saying, let me show you what we can do, but do it in a way that is interactive and fun, because you'll remember it that way. So we're very excited about ConExpo. We're excited about having James Rowe in our booth. We're excited about partnering with AEM along the way, and just really, really excited. Can't wait for it. Can't wait.